All right, Hans, now tell us, I think everyone's ready. What yo-yo comes in first place for the most valuable yo-yo of all time? Yo, what is up everyone? It's Gentry Stein and I'm here in front of one of the coolest yo-yo collections in the entire world. It belongs to Hans right here, who is the owner of Yo-Yo Factory. You may remember, depending on how long you have been following the channel, that Hans and I did a video called the 5 most revolutionary yo-yos right here in the same spot. So I figured I'm here again. Let's do a follow-up video to that video. So today we're gonna talk about the 5 most valuable yo-yos of all time. If you guys are new to yo-yoing and want some yo-yos to get started with, check out the link in my description. That'll take you to my website where you can get some awesome yo-yos. I also have some discounted packs included there, so go check it out. So Hans, let's get into it. I have no idea what yo-yos Hans has chosen or how much these yo-yos are worth.
Honestly, yo-yos have always been low priced, you know, it's a cheap thing to get into. But the first moment that I'm familiar with where it was actually documented that people got excited about a really expensive yo-yo was the Guinness Book of World Records in the year 2000. It was a yo-yo called the Gold Fusion, and it retailed for $500.
Ooh, where is this one? Can we take a look at it?
It's just here in the collection.
Ooh, the case open.
The cool thing about the Gold Fusion, you'll notice that it has a diamond. It was pretty famous in the year 2000. It made it into the Guinness Book of World Records. It's not actually made out of gold. It is gold plated, and then it has a diamond setting on both sides.
Real diamonds?
Real diamonds. They're not imaginary.
Ooh, okay, here we go. So I'm gonna give this yo-yo back to Hans. He's gonna put it safely back in the case. We wanna make sure it's nicely protected back there. Hans, what are we working with for yo-yo number 4?
All right, so yo-yo number 4 has never gone on the market. This was kind of like a Rosetta Stone or a transitional yo-yo. It was from a time and place when yo-yos were first emerging in the American market. At this point in time in 1932, there was a trademark on the word yo-yo, and they didn't know if they were gonna be allowed to use the word yo-yo anymore. So they had to try and brand the word yo-yo and oh boy, so that people would also become familiar with the word oh boy, so they can continue selling yo-yos, but just convince everybody's brain that it wasn't called a yo-yo. It was called an oh boy.
But it is a yo-yo.
Oh, it's a yo-yo.
Okay, let's see it. Ooh, number 4. Let me know in the comments what you guys think this one will be worth.
So it's historically significant, and it's pretty spendy. I had to spend a lot of money on this. But you'll see, I want you to see the logo on. You can see how it says the oh boy yo-yo.
Okay, and this one doesn't look quite as fancy, but the value is in the history of it.
Right, so the shape is the original Flores shape, the shape that was brought to America in 1926. Very narrow, very thin, easily fits in your pocket, but this was the professional yo-yo of choice in 1927 to 1932. Can I hold it?
I just want to see what it feels like. Ooh, it's really light. Just made out of basic wood.
Yeah, well, it would be machined out of one piece of wood. There's no glue, so it's very precise. It'll spin at the end of the string. So, you know, when you were entering into contests in 1932, this was like the top level professional equipment of choice.
What do you think this yo-yo's worth?
I would say anywhere from $1,500 to $2,000.
$1,500 to $2,000 for this yo-yo right here? No way. Okay, can I play with a $1,500 yo-yo?
Yeah, give it a try.
I'm kind of scared to play with it.
It's nearly 100 years old.
Number 4. Ooh, it's very satisfying. I don't know if I would pay $1,500 for this. Maybe a collector would.
Easily, maybe more.
Feels special.
Hey,
All
give
right,
it back.
Thank you for letting me throw the $1,500 yo-yo, but I'm curious what number 3 is.
Okay, so actually sitting right next to this yo-yo in the collector case is yo-yo number 3, and it is a Flores Lightning.
Flores Lightning. If that was number 4, I'm curious what number 1 is, but we'll get to number 3 first.
All right, so this is a Flores Lightning, and you'll see that intentionally, it has this crackle paint job, and it's a little bit oversized, but this is pretty exotic stuff in 1932. And you check out that logo and everything. This yo-yo wouldn't leave the collection for any less than $2,500 to $3,000.
$3,000? Okay, so why would you say this yo-yo is worth between $2,500 and $3,000?
Try and find one.
So it's very rare.
If there were 5 in the world, I'd be really, really surprised.
Okay, and aside from how rare it is, what's the significance?
Just the aesthetic beauty and rareness of it. Anybody would want to have this yo-yo in their collection.
And when was this one made?
This would have been 1930 to 1932.
1930, that's 90 years old.
Yeah, so I mean, this would have been collectible the day it was sold.
I know I said I was going to try to play with these yo-yos, but honestly, I'm a little bit afraid to play with a $2,500 yo-yo, Han. So I think I'm just going to let this 90-year-old yo-yo stay protected in the case, and we'll move on to yo-yo number...
Number 2 was made in 2007. It was made as part of a yo-yo contest at the World Yo-Yo Contest. They would do the modding contest.
Okay.
So S-Con, very creative Japanese guy, made this yo-yo, and it's called the Nostalgia. And when this yo-yo came out, it was such a sensation. Normally, yo-yos that are entered into the mod contest are not available for sale, but he went ahead and offered them for sale. You had to wait 6 months. You had to put down 50% deposit. You had to wait 6 months, and then eventually that yo-yo would show up in the mail.
And how many of these exist?
Oh, I don't know that there's 10. I would doubt there would even be 10 of these in existence. Wow. It even comes with its own stand. So why is this such a fascinating
This
yo-yo?
thing is beautiful. Look at the detail on this.
It has individual spokes creating the web, the hub. It has a bearing. Each spoke is hand tuned. You can actually see the screws in the rim.
So those are actual screws in there that are holding the spokes in.
Yeah, so he has
How did you get this yo-yo?
I talked to him at the World Yo-Yo Contest, and he built it for me.
Hans has the hookup.
It's supposed to look like a vintage British car wheel.
So in the early 2000s at the World Yo-Yo Contest, they used to hold a yo-yo mod contest. People would create yo-yos or take different yo-yos and completely modify them into something new. So this is one of the most special yo-yos that was ever a part of that modification contest.
Right, and Gentry published it. It sold for 400,000 yen, nearly 5,000 US dollars.
So there's official record of this yo-yo selling for $5,000. That's crazy.
It's okay. You can play with this.
Oh, okay, let's do it. First throw with the second most valuable yo-yo of all time, coming in at $5,000, the Nostalgia. Ooh, this one has a very nice sound to it.
And you can see your mirror image in the how highly polished it is.
Oh my gosh, I'm playing with a $5,000 yo-yo. This is ridiculous. It's actually really good too.
Could you win the World Yo-Yo Contest with that yo-yo though?
No, definitely not. This yo-yo was obviously built to be special in terms of the aesthetics and the construction and whatnot. So I mean, it doesn't compare to like the modern yo-yos now that are built for high-level tricks, but that's definitely a special experience to play with it. All right, Hans, now tell us, I think everyone's ready, what yo-yo comes in first place for the most valuable yo-yo of all time?
To be worth more than $5,000, it almost has to be priceless. It has to have utility. It has to help you be able to do modern yo-yo tricks. This yo-yo was introduced to the market in 2013. It was used to win the 2014 World Yo-Yo Contest, and it took Gentry Stein on a trajectory to international fame and stardom. It is the Shutter.
Woo! Hold up. Why is the Shutter deemed as the most valuable yo-yo of all time? Because value is more than just a high price tag. Over 50,000 Shutters have been sold since it released in 2013, and more yo-yo players have chosen the Shutter as their first metal yo-yo than any other yo-yo in the last decade. I designed the Shutter with Yo-Yo Factory to be the perfect yo-yo for anyone wanting to take their skills to the next level, and the Shutter has helped thousands of players around the world do just that. It really helps make learning those modern tricks easier by being able to handle any type of trick you throw at it at an accessible price point. If you want to pick up a yo-yo that will bring you the most value, click the link in my bio and go pick up a Shutter.
So those are the top 5 most valuable yo-yos in the world.
I hope you guys enjoyed that, and I will see you in the next one.